What up, y'all? Welcome back to the grind. So another idea, another thing came up. Program. Today's my day off. I'm gonna try to stay out of the gym. I think what we're gonna end up doing is, I think tonight we're gonna do it. We're gonna pull the trigger. We're gonna pick up a treadmill for the house. I necessarily aren't the biggest fan of buying gym equipment for the house. Ends up turning into storage racks. I bought a bench press set and all sorts of stuff. Never used it. Every once in a while, but for the most part, I just moved it around in my garage. But I think the treadmill is something that could be dramatically different for us. I have to start doing cardio because I have a 1.5 mile run that I'm trying to accomplish, and I'm not getting it done at the gym because when I go to the gym, that switch turns on and I just get in there and do my lift. And I need to put in more cardio throughout my day. So new goal is this. I'll be able to just basically roll out of bed, put on a pair of shorts and some kicks, and then go do my half an hour of HIIT cardio in the morning. Now I generally get an hour for lunch, and that's just too long for me. I end up getting tired and bored, so I end up usually working through lunch. And I'm gonna stop doing that because I'm skipping meals and I'm throwing my shit off. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a half an hour in the mornings, HIIT cardio, half an hour at lunch, because I get an hour lunch, so I got a half an hour. I can still eat, take a shower, get back on the job, and then do another half an hour maybe before I go to the gym. Maybe an hour before I go to the gym. I can do another half an hour, and then get ready. I can cool down, I can stretch, I can get ready. Because I've tried to do it right before my lift. Like I've gone in, I've done my half an hour and then lifted, and it sucks. And I'm too tired after lifting to try to do it afterwards. So I'm hoping that this is gonna try. I'm gonna try this. That will technically give me 90 minutes of HIIT cardio throughout the day. What I'm also hoping is this: because of my food, I do best when I'm at a higher protein diet. I'm still trying to maintain and build new and better and cleaner muscle. What I don't want to do is I don't want to cut my calories and then add a bunch of cardio just to lose weight. Because that's what it is. You're just going to lose weight and it's going to be a lot more muscle than it is fat. I've gone down this road before. So what we're going to do is there's a professor. He helps Ben Pulaski with food and choices. Dr. Wilson. And he's a big keto guy, but there's some different variations. So I'm going to go through his variations of keto. Right now I'm looking at selective keto or targeted keto, where basically what it is I will be keto all day until I go to the gym. About 90 minutes before I go to the gym or less, I will take in carbs and then go to the gym and then take in a little bit of carbs post. And so by taking carbs in right around 30 to 40 grams, so about a half a cup, maybe doing like a half cup, a little over half a cup of rice and chicken or something as a pre-workout meal, and then doing half of that when I get out of the gym and just keeping the proteins high. I'm gonna look into going into a direction like that, see what I gain out of it. And the shit part is this: there's 9,000 million variations and people saying do this and do that, and it really comes down to individuals really having to take the time to experiment on yourself. And that's what this whole fucking thing is. It's you experimenting to figure out what works and what doesn't. My carb intake is different from what other people's carb intake is, obviously because of how much weight I have. Otherwise everybody would be the same body composition and size if everybody took in food the same way. And I think people are starting to understand that. So I think the biggest thing is that you really have to be honest with yourself and say, okay, well, this is what I do. Like, for instance, these right here. These, I got to cut them out. But I just don't. Not only that, cookies, right? Cookies. It's right here, man. Pink sugar cookie. Maverick's pink sugar cookie. It's a giant cookie, cheap ass price. Okay, it's stuff like that. I gotta be legit about it. A lot of that stuff has to be cut out completely. And it's a process. It's a process about really being honest about the food that you're taking in, what you're really doing. All this little shit adds up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order a, my wife calls it like a bullet journal. So I'm gonna look at ordering some type of journal that I can start tracking my food. So I'm gonna go back to wearing a calorie counter for a few days. I probably will wear it for about a week. That way I can get a week set of numbers, a week's worth set of numbers on caloric deficit, what I'm doing throughout the day. I can kind of get an average of where I'm at, and then I can start plugging my food in and say, oh well, I got a surplus, a bigger surplus than I thought, or I'm way over on food. I need to cut my food down. So this will tell me what I need to be at, and this is the homework that people have to put in. And it's just the same fucking process, whether you are gonna be a shooter, you're gonna carry a gun, you're gonna train, or you're gonna just live healthy, or whatever you do. You gotta put this homework in. And sometimes that's the hardest part. It's just that initial, like, I know this for the food. I know this, I've done it, I know this process, and yet it is the hardest process I have to do. Now, when it comes to my shooting stuff, I've had no problems buckling down and working on the little things and really getting from square one and working through. Food, I love food, man. I love my cheesecakes, I love my cookies, I love my donuts. I mean, I feel like I love food. And you know, when we barbecue, that's another hard part too, is so we do family barbecues. My uncle, you'll probably see him on here, Jim State of Mind, look him up. And he's got some new chapters of his life that he's going through. You can ride along. He's got a dope ass Mustang. Hopefully he does some video clips on it. If not, I'm gonna do some video clips on it. Maybe we'll race it against my Silverado. See if my 5.3 has some money for him. But at any rate, so when we barbecue, man. We get gritty. We make some bomb ass food. I always probably make too much food, but I just that kind of guy, that type. You know, I'd rather have a ton of food than not enough for people to eat. But anyways, the bad thing a lot of times is this is sweets that we get. I mean, we usually end up getting ice cream, cookies. We have tons of pop. We usually have just sweets in general, cakes and donuts, all sorts of shit like that. Just aren't good. But we're all trying to make better choices and trying to get the kids involved with it too. That's always hard. You know, kids, man, they know the difference between real and fake sugars. They know the difference between clean and non-clean food. They know that. But so that's something that as a family, that's both just for me and my kids and my wife, and then as a whole family together, we're all trying to work on to get better, to get cleaner, because it just makes you feel better. So those are all goals that we're heading towards. So this right here, that's one of the reasons for these videos, is it helps get the mental thoughts out of here, and me talking to myself. I talk to myself all the fucking time. So now this, I can get it out there, and who knows, maybe it helps one person, and if it does, then hey man, that's what it's all about, right? Because I've had that. I've seen random independent channels that have turned into be really good information that is not a part of normal mainstream stuff. And that's the best part about a lot of this, is that it's like a video library of information that you can gain. You know what I mean? You can go searching for it, and that's some Star Wars shit right there, is what that is. So yeah, treadmill. We're gonna get treadmill ordered up today, hopefully today. There's some big sales that end today on a Thursday for some reason. It's like every major treadmill company is all having a clearance sale, and they all end today. So I got to get that ordered tonight. And what else? Today's my day off. I'm gonna probably do some cardio. I might go in and try to do cardio, or I might just kick it with the kids. We got Civil War, so we might watch it again. My kids didn't get to finish it, so I'm a big fan of that universe. Grew up reading comics, and so seeing this stuff come to life, I'm excited. I mean, I bought VIP tickets for Deadpool. I think I went and seen Deadpool 4 times in the theater, and never regretted it. And so it's just kind of what it is. So that's probably some more added stuff that we'll put in. Scrimmage. My boy had his first football scrimmage yesterday, which was super dope. Did super good. We played against a older group in the next division up, the older division. He's a second grader. We play against third, fourth, and they whooped the shit out of him. So that gives us good hope. Gives us really good hope. I'm gonna try to figure out how to like upload and put video shit in. I don't know how to do that. I'm literally filming from the corner of my truck. So I'll figure out how to do that, because he threw about a 20-yard throw yesterday for a touchdown in scrimmage, and it looked good. It looked fucking good. And my kid, he's got the craziest style. He looks like a traffic cone, walk around everywhere. The dude wears neon everything. We special ordered his cleats just because he is that badass. That's kind of the shit that you do as parents, right? You support your kids, you push your kids, and if your kids match that, then you just go up to the next level. You know, my daughter, we picked her up some of the rainbow colored Stephen Currys for basketball, and my boy's gonna do an outlaw league, and so chances are I'm gonna be spending $100 plus on a pair of basketball shoes for him. And that's why I grind. That's why I go to work every day. That's why my wife goes to work, so that our kids have a better opportunity. Growing up, it wasn't like that. Growing up, it was tough. I actually drive past my old spot every once in a while. I might film it just because it brings back a lot of old memories, bad and some good. But it taught me to hustle and grind at a young age, and so I did, and I missed out on my daughter quite a bit. So now I'm trying to work on balancing the hustle and grind and the family life. Not just before. I made really good money, and I would just buy shit. We go to Old Navy. I'd tell my wife, go to Old Navy and spend a couple $100 on clothes and call it good. That was good enough. But no, it's the little stuff. It's like we went to the drive-in theater. My kids had never been to a drive-in, so we went to a drive-in, and we watched Pete's Dragon and Dory. There was a time in my kids' life to go to the drive-in, get popcorn. We got a pizza. It's little shit like that goes the longest way in their memory bank, you know. And so my wife and I, we really strive to excel our children both in school and in sports. You know, my daughter, she's doing violin. She's gonna be doing gymnastics. She does basketball or soccer right now. My boy, we're gonna stick him in piano to try to balance him out. But he does competitive. You know, my daughter's not quite as competitive as he is, so my boy does more competitive leagues. But we push them both into sports. We push them both into different thought process, and that's where the musical comes in. With the violin and with the piano, you got to think different. It allows different creativity to come out. And so we're just trying to get the kids to be better, well-rounded, and not specialized in anything. We're gonna have the kids play every sport for as long as we can, because specializing in a sport is a very dangerous thing. And so we want the kids well-rounded, both in school and not. My boy, he's a second grader, and he's in third grade PE. So he's been doing that the last 2 years. He's been playing upper class. And that just might be the nature of what his beast is. But at any rate, that's why we're parents. That's why we grind. That's why we hustle, to provide for that. We provide for our kids. We provide for our community. We provide for our families, help support each other. My uncle's doing big things. His influences help influence me, help influence my kids. I hope vice versa. My aunt too. We all kind of vibe off each other, and that's the whole point, is we as a family are starting to vibe off each other to help progress each other. So, and yeah, we bust each other's balls, but man, what family don't? So remember that. Hustle, grind, balance, find happiness. Peace.